Well, welcome in head coach Angel Perez, head coach for the Columbus Fury. It's great to see you today, Angel. I know we've been friends for a couple years. I'm the community ambassador. I met you and your lovely family when you arrived in Columbus 2 years ago. Angel, what does this contract renewal mean to you on a personal level, for you and your family, and then again on a professional level?
Yeah, good to see you, Audrey. We spend a lot of time here in Columbus together, trying to build this franchise. So, super grateful, I think is the word at the moment with the extension. I think, uh, as we all know, the job we chose to make requires some results, which haven't been there as of lately. And, the fact that the franchise has the confidence and the trust to keep believing on what we're trying to build uh, makes me grateful and humble to try to continue in the right path to build a deserving team for this beautiful city. We took a chance 2 years ago and we moved all of our stuff, all of our family here to Columbus, believing in the project. It has had his ups and downs, roller coaster rides. You know that probably more than a lot of the people around. So the fact that the Dr. Payton and the Columbus Fury keep believing in what we started a couple years ago and remain hopeful that things will turn around and that the third year might be the charm for us. So excited on a personal level, looking to get to work as soon as possible to keep building.
Well, Coach, I know I speak for a lot of people when I say I believe in you, and I know there's so many people in the community that believe in you, and we absolutely hope for the very best in this third year. But let's talk about building this team for year three. What was your philosophy? What motivated you to get the players that you got here in the free agency?
Yeah, during the after the season, we evaluated our year, taking wins and losses out, just looking at deeper dive into the things that we believe will help us moving forward. Then free agency came, and of course, we try to attract the best talent possible. Some we got, some we couldn't, and in that process, you kind of start refiguring what kind of roster do you want to have to be able to compete. And I think one of the things that we missed a couple from last year was experience. I think we had a really good young team, but with young comes inexperience, and at some point in some matches. That might have been the difference between a win and a loss. We lost a lot of heartbreakers in 5 sets last year where I'm not saying that we were not good, but maybe a point here and there with experience might have made the difference. So I think this year, when we went to build a roster and figure out what was available in the market, we wanted to build a team with international experience that have played multiple leagues, that have been in different situations, and that are used to playing this kind of games. That was our main focus when we went to the off season. And other than that, we thought that we needed to be bigger, overall be a bigger, more physical team compared to last season. So we went ahead and tried to get an experienced and high setter, tall setter, among the setters. I thought we improved our height and our blocking with our three middles that we have at the moment signed. And again, in the outsides, uh, we're bringing a Russian that we're hoping she brings her experience and her right shoulder to play. And we're working on a couple of other situations that, again, experienced players that have played, that know the game, that can add a point here and there that can make the difference. I think the league is uh, overall pretty paired, so experience might go a long way. So that's what we're betting at this season.
Excellent. And I know you have two returning, they were rookies last year, Raina Terry and Abby Walker. What motivated you and what did you see in those two players that you thought you needed to have them on the Columbus Fury this year again?
Yeah, we loved working with both of them last season. We thought, out of our draft, those two also Kaylee Cox and also Kaylee Ramelsberg developed pretty good through the season. The biggest difference for us and one thing Abby and Reina back, was their connection with Ohio. And not only the fact that they love being here, but they put numbers for us to believe these girls need another chance to keep developing, to keep growing. And I think that was what kind of motivated us to bring them back. We love them having them in the gym. Uh, they are hard workers. They enjoy being here, which is something that we need. We need people that want to be here, So that is something that's important for us. And again, I thought their development was amazing. At the end of the season when Reina got injured, I thought she was playing her best volleyball of the season. So, we're expecting great things again from both of them this year. And hopefully, again, have a phase that can repeat each year and have the community, uh, feel engaged and that know their team, that want to be around their team. So it's important for us to build a foundation like we did with Megan Courtney at some point. So I think we need more of those players. This region provides us with the ability to do that. There's a lot of good volleyball players around the area. So I think that's part of our focus also when we build a team.
Well, Coach, I know you learned a lot when you first walked into Columbus and then now being your third season coming up. What has the league taught you about your coaching style and about your philosophy in order to succeed in this league?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. A lot of growth, I think, have happened over the past 2 years. Uh, you know, uh, as you say, I came from winning the Puerto Rican League 2 years in a row to being here and trying to compete with the team. So it took me a time to understand the culture, to understand what this league is about. Uh, the difference in size in the league on the way of the playing system that the US is used to playing. So there were a bunch of different things and new things that I had to adapt to try to provide a good experience, at least for our athletes. I think we've done a pretty good job on that. I think we keep learning as we go. Last year, from first year to second year, when we hit the market, we figure that only the people that want to be in Ohio are going to come to Columbus. So that was a learning experience from the first year to the second year. That was difficult for us to attract the talent that we had on the first year just because there were other venues that were more interesting for them at that point. So we focused on trying to get the local players on that second year. So that was a great learning experience. I think it worked in some point, but that cannot be the only reason we bring the players here. So from that, we need to add the other intangibles and now build this team. So I think every year you keep learning. I think like you said, the way of training or the way of going about training schedules, load of practice, recovery time, all that kind of stuff, including traveling, flights, not sleeping in the house, sleeping away, all those kind of stuff that I was not used to managing them now come to play and make your coaching style and the way you go about things differently. I think I'm a better coach today than I was 3 years ago, but still a long ways to go to where I want to get.
Right. Yeah, I think you touched on the impact of that consistency of being a coach in the league for multiple years. Angel, my last question for you. We are in the great city of Columbus, Ohio, one of the best sports towns, I would say, in the country. What is it about Columbus, Ohio, that you love in terms of the sports vibe that you get when you live here?
I think that's one of the things that kind of got me hooked up to Columbus when I first visited for this opportunity 2.5 years ago. I came in and they took me straight to Huntington Park there in the Arena District to watch the Clippers play. And I was like, man, this is awesome. After that, I had the opportunity to being able to go to watch the Columbus Crew play. I've been fortunate enough to see the Blue Jackets play. And I've been fortunate enough to be involved with Ohio State athletics in some kind of way and seeing all the passion and love that not just the city, but the employees, whoever is invested in it, put to it, that it just makes you want to wake up and go to work and do something great for the city. So, I'm hoping that uh, we keep being embraced like we've been. I thought the city has been great with the Fury, even though we haven't brought the results that the city might deserve. But hopefully, with patience and continue hard working, we get there. And, if the city has supported us like this, imagine when we start, winning games and being considered one of the top teams in the league. So I'm excited for what the future holds. I think again, I've said it multiple times that I think Columbus has probably the best or the second best venue to play volleyball in the country. It's tough to that down there in Nebraska. They're doing stuff really good, but after them, I think Columbus. It's an amazing place to be, and we're lucky to be here, and we're excited to represent the city and the state and be, again, the only professional women's team in the state. So we wear it with pride. We're trying to get better as we go, and hopefully, one day bring a chip to the city.
Well, Coach Angel Perez, thank you so much for your time. I could talk to you all day. I know I speak on behalf of so many people in Columbus. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing with the Columbus Fury, and we wish you the absolute best of luck in the upcoming season.